of mithril with almost like wood inlays and a massive hole torn through the middle of it. It is unusable.
I think Phaedra might actually like that shield.
Too bad it's the wrong game.
Well,
But
Yeah, right.
and also currently, it's completely useless. I'm
And-
working on getting it fixed.
so have any of you guys caught Jesse up on the events of the last few sessions since
Nope.
since the okay? So real
I'm
quick.
waiting for you to do that.
Okay, cool. So Pink, you guys went from Ithan. You talked to the College of the Mages there. Got yourselves transported over to Tuala. From there, you guys caught a ship going north to Glamourpool, which is where you guys met Caladrel. He was on the ship. At Glamourpool, you discovered that the people that live there are currently not happy about goblinoids, and so they kind of got antsy that both Sir Lancelot and Grisdrop were in your party. Holly suggested that she go and get some, horses and a carriage, and while the rest of the party decided to go scope some things out, the rest of the party discovered a warehouse that seemed to have an undead presence that everybody else was seemingly ignoring, as if there was some sort of go-away field about it. They left Grisdrop outside in your care, along with 83, and went in to investigate. Some hours later, they never came out again, but suddenly there was an attack on the city by a giant black dragon. The undead started to rise. You, Holly, and the others eventually caught up to get together. You and Holly... you stayed with the horses plus the Ankylosaurus, while the others ran into the graveyard and discovered the vampire who was trying to raise them, to raise undead. They managed to defeat the vampire.
Came with us.
Rince, I thought it wasn't in the graveyard with the rest of you.
It was.
That's right. No,
to catch up.
okay, that's right. So I believe that you did keep Grisdrop with you at the time, and Holly went in with you. Something like that. But basically, Pink, you were manning the cart and the horses, along with 83, instead of fighting the undead. You guys saw the dragon fly overhead. The dragon suddenly headed north, along with the undead army, but the vampire was defeated. After that, the party gathered up you and the cart, and are now heading north along the road out of Exeter, which is the country you're currently in, and have just reached the crossroads after another day. There was just a weird event when Kurt killed Baby Bear and the Mama Bear, when it suddenly started raining salt water all around you, which was kind of weird for the most of you. It's like no one was entirely sure what the hell was going on, although at least one person had a suspicion that one of your party members accidentally caused it. And you guys are traveling onward.
Also, Kurt almost died of expansive heart failure.
Oh yeah, he turned himself into a giant. Since I was only describing the things that Pink actually witnessed, yeah, he would have probably been told after the fact that of things going on. Okay, yeah, good.
Well, isn't that just great?
Alright, so you're there at a crossroads. Oh yeah, you're well outside Exeter now. So you're at the crossroads. About to head north towards the Silver Ring Mountains. The crossroad, it's not exactly a crossroads. It's more of like it's a fork in the road. It's taking the north fork towards the Silver Ring Mountains. Northeast towards the Silver Ring Mountains. Northwest would be heading out towards the Scarlet Imperium. And it's now, I believe it is now morning. Your forces have finished resting, and you're ready to continue on. So I think it's actually day 80 at this point.
And also, one other random quirk I did forget to mention, you never see Caladrel sleeping.
Yeah.
Seems legit.
So yeah, Jesse, we're very happy to have you back.
Yay! This is where I leave.
Anyway, so it's a new day. Your horses are rested. Rhinestone is rested. All of you are rested. What is your order of business? Continue on to the north, or would you like to do something else?
Do you recall if I already rolled to see if I made anything over this rest?
I can't remember.
I see the disinfectant from the afternoon.
Yeah, that's right. I do remember that part. Yeah.
Could I do a quick roll to take that note?
For what?
Like can I do a roll for over the course of the night I was just doing my little experiments?
As I said, I think I left it off with you guys about waking up from last time. So anything you did was already from last session.
Okay.
All right. So, who's leading the expedition?
Ow. Sorry.
Hello?
I
Everyone's
don't
quiet.
know.
Where?
Who
Cal
was?
doesn't have much experience with horses, so.
Pink will lead the carriage to victory.
Oh boy, this
Well-
is gonna end badly.
Well, he is the one guiding the horses, so roll
I will guide them to our victory.
I can't remember offhand. Do you have proficiency in land vehicles or just animal handling?
I think it was just animal handling, I think.
Alright.
Efficiency. It doesn't say. Wait. Oh wait, I'm from the Fae? Holy shit.
Are you an Eladrin?
Oh no, Fae ancestry.
You're an elf.
It doesn't actually say.
Okay, so if it
Then
doesn't
I'm
if it doesn't say that in proficiency under proficiencies, then it's just animal handling. So just give me an animal handling check at advantage.
Hells yeah, let's do this. First roll of the day. First roll of God knows how long it's been.
Yep.
At least 12.
Haha!
Nice.
Yay! The horses,
19.
the horses are still happy to be under your command.
They better be.
Hey.
I mean, good doggos.
Caladril's raven is sitting there behind you.
I hide my rat a little bit more.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
now sitting on the amulet. But Sir Lancelot, also roll me an animal handling check, please.
Yeah, okay, doke.
Cat.
Yeah. So your Ankylosaur is also handling well. You're able to keep it under control as you plod along, heading northeast towards the Silver Ring Mountains. No, Lyra, don't eat that.
Are we in the mountains area right now? Or are
No,
we-
no. You're kind of plains to forest sort of area. A bit.
Silver
It's
Ring
a bit
Mountains,
warm,
you
so
said?
it's closer to. Yes, so it's closer to savanna type because the equator is very nearby. Basically, the equator is cutting across the Sea of Good Promises, a bit north. In fact, I think Liverpool itself might actually be on the equator. So it's still very warm here, kind of tropical. Yeah, nothing bad happens. That's good. And you continue to spend the day heading north. You get to a river with a nice sturdy bridge. And you do not see any. Actually, give me a perception check. Let's see. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be Pink because Pink is busy handling the horses. Who is going? Who is the one watching over everything? The navigate. The scout.
I'll be.
All right.
Sure.
So give me a perception check. As you come across this old stone bridge, in the rather hot and muggy weather, you don't appear to see anything of interest. There are a few scattered trees. You hear the sound of birds and that weird ticking sound that, well, in real life you would probably consider to be a cicadid. You know, tick, 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 tick.
Okay.
But you see an old bridge in front of you, made of stone, with water rushing underneath. How would you like to proceed?
I go over the bridge. It should fit all of us, right?
Yeah.
It looks sturdy enough, right?
It'll fit your wagon straight on, but you won't be able to have Sir Lancelot at your side at the moment. Sir Lancelot will either have to go first or second.
I suggest Sir Lancelot going first. Since he's got Beast, just in case that we get ambushed.
He goes forward.
All right. Roll an animal handling check for me, please, Sir Lancelot.
Please don't fail. I should not speak.
Why you jinx?
Why you take this?
Give me 1 second.
Oh god. When the DM needs time.
No, I'm just.
I am sorry.
No, I'm just gonna get out the monster manual.
No, I'm not gonna get the monster
I am
manual.
Sorry.
Oh no, sorry, Bolos Guide to Monsters.
Nope, not even that.
Which randomized chart of death shall I pull from this time?
Can everyone roll me a 1d100?
Oh god.
You hear this?
Rockfall, cart
You
dice.
hear this weird noise coming from the grasslands nearby.
I peer to the distance to see where the weird noise protrudes. Sounds terrible.
Oh god.
Roll a perception check, please, Kurt.
Oh damn.
Nice.
And
Stop eating the plastic bags, cat!
sorry. And within 200 feet of your party, on Sir Lancelot's side of the bridge, you spot a small herd, possibly a family, of what appear to be horse-like creatures with wings and beaks, kind of frolicking through the tall grasses.
Wings and beaks.
There's about 5 of them there.
Should we try and tame some?
Yes.
That's if Kurt actually told us about these winged creatures.
Hmm.
I mean, does everybody else see these beasts?
Roll perception checks.
Oh boy. I'm gonna fucking run into them.
No, they're off in the grasslands. You're on the road. Yeah, Char, you definitely hear the sounds of them in the grass.
And I think everyone's batshit insane.
But everyone else seems to. Oh, and so does Clay. Everyone else doesn't seem to hear them. They're probably still hearing the zzz, tick 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 zzz, tick 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 zzz, coming from the grasses.
Do these animals ring any memories?
Roll a nature check.
Cal would just be thinking on things.
Kurt, while most of your nature is like underground stuff and other such things. You have heard of such creatures in your travels. The mostly the body of a horse, the claws of an eagle, the beaks. These are hippogriffs.
Uh, yeah, I kind of like.
And yes, the big Harry Potter fan is shouting about them now.
What's Harry
What
Potter?
are hippopotamus again? Sorry, they are the beak of something. A eagle.
Yeah, basically, I will read you the full description since you
It's
have
like-
that.
It's like wings, beak.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, they basically have the body shape of a horse, the rear legs of a horse, the tail of a horse, wings, the front claws of an eagle, and the face of an eagle basically.
So it's basically a griffin, but not a lion.
Yeah, basically think griffin-like, but more horse. Yeah.
All right. So
Instead of
Kurt
the lion
is-
half, it's a horse half.
yeah, it's intrigued because this is a 2-in-1 meal.
God damn it.
Oh lord.
And he's going to look at Aminat and go, we gotta hunt.
Grishop's eyes go wide and round. Not again.
We have more than enough food, Kurt.
We have substance. What have you tried? A hippogriff.
Is this
I-
gonna be a thing now? Every single thing that we have to like hunt or it comes across our path that we have to kill. We're not. This is gonna be a thing. I'm asking, genuinely.
I mean, yes.
No,
I mean, it
no,
shouldn't.
I'm not asking towards Kurt. I'm asking towards Caladriel and Grizzdrop. Every single time we have to hunt something, is this going to be a problem?
Personally, I have no qualms with hunting, but considering we did recently just take down an entire adult bear, that's a great deal of food. We don't need to kill everything we come across.
Understand your point of view. Our food stores are plenty. What I'm thinking is that it's interesting to try new diets.
But is it necessary? I simply don't want a life to go to waste.
I see, yes.
Grishop is nodding furiously in time with Caladriel.
Aminette looks at Kurt.
Well, I mean, we could also just sustain ourselves on a single, type of meal for the rest of our lives. Never indulge ourselves in anything unnecessary.
There's nothing wrong
Yeah,
with
but-
trying new things, but we also shouldn't necessarily allow ourselves to run rampant. As I said, I have no qualms with hunting, but Grizzdrop is more sensitive, and there's a lot of meat on a bear, if I'm correct.
But this bear meat, I mean, basically, it's not interesting.
Well, it's a better alternative than eating grubs and suspicious mushrooms.
Don't knock the mushrooms till you try them, man.
Yeah,
Well-
Grishop is now giving Caladriel that look. She looks like she's about to say something, but then stops because he seems to be supporting her call here.
You'd be
Believe me.
surprised. The things that people don't eat that can be eaten. And there's always has to be someone to eat it first.
Believe me, I'm aware.
That looks at Kurt. I don't think we're gonna be able to do this now.
Well, that's a shame.
Agreed. I'm with you on this one.
I won't run off and be a hassle for the group. I understand we have a timetable to follow. At some point I hope to be able to return to my ordinary way of life where I just continue on with doing day-to-day basic things.
I assure you, Kurt. Next moment we have downtime, I will personally bankroll a meal with as many new experiences as possible.
Oh, that's gonna cost you a lot.
Yeah, you really don't know what you're signing up for there.
Even I know that's a bad idea.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
But a deal is a deal.
yes.
I didn't say
I mean-
it was a blank check.
Wouldn't you say, Kurt, that the most rewarding experience you've had thus far is the joy of being able to eat such a beautiful breakfast with this gorgeous pancake sword?
Well, I mean, it's a fancy piece of silverware.
Mm-hmm. So we're gonna put the bar starting right there.
Honestly, I've been thinking about selling it.
Okay.
It's not that, it's just not my type of thing. A weapon that, well, a silverware that is also a weapon.
It's yours to do with it what you want.
I'm sure it's the cleanest one in your possession.
Probably is. That's the worst part.
Well, it is the newest.
And it's been used to cut vampires and undead.
Again,
And pancakes.
not in that order.
Alright then, I won't hunt this hippogriff. But, and I just look at Galadriel and Gris. That doesn't mean that no one else is going to.
She's kind of like nodding slowly.
So, shall we go over this bridge now?
You still haven't managed to.
No, you basically Pink. You already started off the bridge. That's how, because basically the hippogriff's on the other side of the bridge, same side that Sir Lancelot already got to, and you guys started off across the bridge, and that's when Kurt spotted them in the distance. So it's
Okay.
like, but
So
during
we
the time
keep
of this
going.
conversation, you crossed the bridge.
But then we keep going forwards.
Yes.
Forwards.
At least I get to dragon later.
Sorry, Kurt.
Good.
Some that
With
jazz.
Black Dragon, I will add citrus.
No. It's already got too much acid to begin with. You gotta tone it down with some sugar.
No, you don't understand. It will neutralize it.
No, I don't feel like citric acid and acid will neutralize each other.
I feel like it will.
I feel like it won't.
Have you tried it?
I'm just
Have
coming
you
Try
from.
Black Dragon with citrus.
I have not tried dragon with citrus.
Then you're on the same
Just
level
saying-
as me.
No,
put
I'm talking
gunpowder on
from
it.
a scientific alchemical aspect of it.
Science,
It's
Brian.
not going to work, Kurt. It's going to make it stringy. It's not going to be good.
Well,
Kurt,
you
what I
guess
honestly
you won't have
recommend-
a first bite.
Kurt,
Unloads
considering how
crossbow.
acidic it is normally, I'd say you should add something a little richer on top of it. Maybe some kind of cream sauce.
Oh, that'll curdle. No.
Yeah.
Not if you do it right. You prepare the sauce beforehand.
Maybe cheese.
Cheese and
That
dragon?
could do well as well. Something to
That's
cut
the
through that
thing?
acid.
Do we have bread?
No.
We can make a dragon sandwich here, guys. Like,
Mind you, also, raises a finger, this is an undead black dragon.
Yes, you've have been avoiding that fact for a while.
Holly looks over at Amunet and wrinkles her brow. First off, knowingly eating other sentient beings is not a good thing. And she looks at all of you. You shouldn't be eating dragon. Secondly, Amunet, I haven't sensed any undeath about it.
Oh, I thought I did.
I imagine that's because the vampire was hanging out on it.
Out of character, I thought at some point you said the dragon was undead.
It isn't an undead. If it was, you'd probably be in a lot more trouble because it would be a Dracolich.
Alright.
I think it was necromancer. What it was.
It's a necromancer. It's not undead.
Well, I'm sorry, I misunderstood.
Yeah, sorry. Maybe I've communicated it wrong. No, I'm.
Wizard.
Yeah.
You're a wizard, dragon.
Anyway,
he's a what? Sorry, I was muted.
Necromancer.
and
Moving on.
he's probably got that sword now too.
That's not good.
Who said that about not eating sentient beings?
That was Holly.
Yeah, I know plenty of sentient beings that would eat you.
She nods. I just said it wasn't an action of a good person. I didn't say anything about it not happening.
Good, bad. Nature.
She nods. Yes.
Does that make me bad?
Well, that's why she says, she kind of like, if you were close to her, she would have patted your arm, but you're writing something. She says, it's one thing to do so in ignorance and not understanding the rules and rights of society, and another thing to know them, be a part of them, and still decide to do it anyway. One may always atone for such deeds. And
There's no such labels.
This guy says thinking.
alright.
So where are we going exactly? Just out of character?
It's been leading us the wrong way the entire time.
No, yeah, Holly knows which way to go, so she would have told you. Basically, Pink, to remind you of what's going on here, you're heading for a place called the Air Temple of the Divine Light. It's located in the Silver Ring Mountains, which is here on the continent of Meeg. And meanwhile, several of the other people that you met, including Princess Megan and Volt Nightstorm, are heading to a different temple with some hired mercenaries out on another continent. They're heading for the Earth
But
Temple.
why the?
Because somebody, apparently the dragon, originally you guys were chasing down that vampire, but apparently he was only part of the story. Now the dragon is still carrying on whatever mission's going on here, heading there to either take or destroy a artifact of the divine light.
Oh, that sounds bad.
Yeah.
That's bad, right?
Yep.
That's bad, right?
Thank you, Walter.
One was already taken care of at the fire temple, which is where Holly was stationed at. That was over in Ithen.
So how far away are we?
At the moment, from where you're at now, you're 2 days away. And Holly says this as you guys pass by the hippogriffs and without molesting them. The hippogriffs in the distance have a wary eye on the group of you, look like they're backing away slightly with the slightly smaller hippogriffs. This definitely does look like it's a family of hippogriffs. And eventually the vanish off into the grasslands, and you guys continue on to the north for the rest of the day. As it makes it to the time of resting your mounts, Tully says, well, at this pace, we should get there by tomorrow night. The question is, will we be too late? I don't know if the dragon will have beaten us to there or not, but of course the Silvers will probably be keeping him occupied, hopefully, but who knows with his army.
Okay, then question. Is it possible to make these horses a little bit quicker?
No, this is as fast as living horses can go.
She.
She reaches over and pats Pink on the arm. What will be, will be. We just have to try our best.
What are we gonna do if the dragon is already there?
Well, hopefully the Silvers can take care of him. If we can get into the temple ahead of him, and maybe secure the artifact, maybe we have a chance. But who knows what he's doing with that army? Whether or not he's actually sending it here, if he's sending it elsewhere. Since they don't have to rest, but his undead army is moving slower than us, but they also don't have to rest, so I don't know if he has other means of transporting them or not.
Well, if you want, I can keep riding without taking a rest.
Well,
It's
it's
the horses.
the horses that need the
Yeah,
rest.
the horses need to rest.
Unless you're pulling the wagon.
Weaklings. Horses are weaklings.
This is a bit why you must be riding your dragons out over in Zaladin, aren't you?
Those were the good old days.
They're a
So,
lot faster.
These guys came along and, all they did was vomit in the carriage. I'm not angry. I'm disappointed.
Oh god. So, what shifts would you guys like to take at night for sleep time?
Quick question though.
Sure.
Did the dragons make it? Like, are the dragons all right?
Yeah, they let the cart down and then chased away flew off try to deal with the Weaverins.
Well, technically, we don't know if they're alright or not.
Yeah, that's as far as you know, but
For all we know, they could have been killed.
yeah. So you could have run into Septimus after that.
They were like my only close friends.
So Pink doesn't know what happened to the two of them.
We need to see if they made it or not. At some point.
When you get back to Eberus, you might be able to find out. Anyway, again, so who would like to take first watch?
Trial will.
I'll join Char.
All right.
Question:
Char and Sir Lancelot.
Is 83 got like a heat generator in him?
I'm gonna say he's got a mild one, possibly.
Then Pink will cozy up to 83 while reading him a story book. Try and teach him some more. Or while common.
Yeah, instead of the ancient dwarven and other languages that it seems to know.
And I'll just do my nightly roll.
All right, so Char and Sir Lancelot, you guys are up. Anything you guys wish to talk about?
On Sir Lancelot's end, he's not very much for small talk.
All right, roll perception checks.
Cracking open a cold one.
Can I stop rolling a 5 for crying out loud?
That sort of line is always the best with me.
You roll higher, but also roll lower at the same time.
Char's complaining about the 5 he got. Meanwhile, Sir Lancelot rolls a 7 and is still not able to see things compared to Char. And if you two don't want to talk about anything, moving along, who's next on the watch list?
Ooh, me.
Anyone else?
How many watches are left?
There's 4 watches altogether, so Kurt and Pink. Perception checks,
I'll take
please.
the last one.
Perception. It is a. Hells yeah. I mean, not as good as Kurt, but like, good enough.
Yeah. So the two of you just peer out into the darkness.
You don't see anything?
Yes.
Okay. Small talk time. Kurt, what is the most interesting thing that you've ever eaten?
It's a small talk because I'm a dwarf.
Oh my god! God damn it, I wasn't trying to be racist,
I'm
but...
just kidding with you.
But yeah, the question is, what is the most interesting thing that you've ever eaten in your entire lifetime?
I can't name it because I never knew what it was. It was interesting.
Was it at least good?
Yeah, and I made a soup out of it. It was kind of gloopy. But I had weird dreams afterwards, and then I kind of woke up standing on a ceiling, and then 3 days has passed, and something like that. Oh, and my hands.
Drugs are bad, okay? Drugs are bad, okay?
But it was great, honestly. I mean, I would serve it to you, but can't find any of those up here or down there. I only saw it once.
Would you be able to recognize it if you see it again?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Wait, no. I think I lost a lot of memory.
God damn it. And that's what concludes the watch and the small talk to the small person.
So who's on third watch?
I'll take last one, so...
But
is
who's
there
on
anyone left?
who's on third? Amunet? Amunet?
I'll join the watch as well. I'm sure my experiments are done by now.
Shuttle?
Yeah. What were you experimenting on?
Just another kind of generic experiment because I'm trying to figure out generic supplies, which materials are actually what. Because it wasn't exactly sorted. It's kind of a big bag of mixed alchemical ingredients.
Yeah, mild supplies to make things like, health potions or some other, like, minor, basically anything in the, Common range, definitely. Uncommon range, you probably have it. But check with me first in terms of the amounts.
So you said like anything that could be a common potion?
Anything that's made go into a common potion. The only one I know offhand is the basic generic healing potion. You definitely have that. You might have also ingredients to make various uncommon potions, but it's like, you have a limited supply of that. You probably couldn't make every uncommon potion at once. You'd probably run out of certain supplies. But so just let me know what you'd want to make, and I'll let you know how much is left over after that.
Okay, I will find potions and figure out what I'm trying to make.
All right.
Thank you.
So Aminette and Caladriel, please give me that perception check.
Perception?
Mm-hmm.
3!
Ouch.
Yeah, you're probably distracted thinking about your alchemical supplies and what you want to do with them. Meanwhile, Aminette is just staring around, all edgelordy.
Also, I figured out the potion I want to try. I got it off the D&D wiki book, Goodberry potion.
All right, you're gonna have to send that to me at some point.
I will.
Is there anything you two want to talk about?
Nothing's pressing for Caladriel.
Alright.
What about ammunition?
You take your watch in silence. Finally, Char? Or Clay. Sorry, Clay. Meant to say Clay.
Yeah. Clay will see something, if there is anything to see.
So he's gonna take a watch with Kage.
Mhm.
Kage. Let's see. Kage sheet. Oops. NPCs. Kage. Come on. Where are you? Perception. That's pretty good.
Imagine if the griffin was following us.
So, as you guys are just waking up from your watch, in the middle of your watch, just as the sun starts to peek up over the horizon, 3 soldiers riding on horseback start coming up the road from behind you.
I'll look at them. Did they seem familiar? Like, were they the ones that harassed us earlier?
No, those ones were back in the country of Exeter. This is, these look like maybe they're mercenary types out on the road.
Okay, I'm gonna go towards. They're coming from behind us, right?
Yeah, they're coming up along the road behind you.
When they're close, I'll go. Hello, good sirs. Is there something going on?
One of them, they come to a quick halt and start looking the group of you, the two of you, over, glancing over towards the cart where the rest of the party is either sleeping or taking a rest. And the veteran in the helmet kind of looks down at you and says, "Where are you coming from? You don't look like refugees."
We just came from. Oh God, what's the city name out of character?
Glamourpool.
We just came from Glamourpool.
All the
There
way
was a
down
bit of an accident.
All the way down in Exeter. Oh, that's a couple of days
Yeah.
away from here.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I was
that's
expecting
true.
more refugees coming up north, trying to get away from the Legion.
The Legion. Do you mean like an army of undead, or is it something else?
Undead. Ah, this is just getting worse and worse.
I mean, I think the undead are taken care of.
Sir,
Okay.
there are legions of hobgoblins securing
Oh, yeah,
the
that's
road
right,
to the
that's
south.
Right, that's right. That's right. There were a bunch of hobgoblins through.
Yeah,
Did you-
they've been taking refugees prisoner, enslaving them.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, the Empire is the Empire is in major trouble, and so many people have been fleeing to the south.
I mean, wouldn't you? Sounds very bad.
It's very far. It's far away from here now, but so many of us in smaller villages and towns that the unincorporated areas are taking the brunt of it. The refugees keep going past us, and now the hobgoblins are getting more cocky.
Aggressive?
Yeah, aggressive is a good term. We were hoping to head up to the the Silverwing Mountains and maybe secure some aid from the Silvers up there.
You could surely try.
Is that where you're heading as well?
Is that where we're heading exactly?
Kage,
Alright.
Kage nods. Yeah, we're just going there to the temple. Pilgrimage. Oh, says
Yeah,
the guard. I
pilgrimages.
didn't realize there's a pilgrimage going on. Oh, whoever is on this pilgrimage, be safe. It's very dangerous back down on the southern roads past the river.
Mhm, mhm. Uh, since we're heading in the same direction, right? We're heading in the same
Yeah.
direction. How about you find gentlemen accompany us with the dangers on the roads as it is? Unless you guys have to sail ahead or something.
One of the legions is quite obviously a woman, and she is scowling hard at you for referring to her as a gentleman.
Okay, Clay is sexist apparently. Whatever.
Yes, he is.
How? You didn't tell me, Grizz.
Well,
I'm gonna
I didn't say gender of anybody. Therefore, you made an assumption.
Okay, fair, whatever. Clay is from now on just gonna say people.
There we go.
Hey, you people, would you like to accompany us just for safety's sake, you know? People helping each other out so we don't die. I wouldn't mind some extra security. You know, you probably wouldn't mind either. Just quick warning, we do have, like, a bugbear with us, but he's very kind. And
Well,
I think he's the noble from Emloran.
The woman kind of raises a brow. A noble bugbear. Who ever heard of that thing?
Look, don't ask me how. I don't know. People do strange stuff in that country.
Kage gives
don't
you
look at me.
Kage gives you death glare. Like, don't insult my country.
It's not an insult. It's just I find it strange. Let's be real. You think I'm strange, right? So wouldn't it be an insult for me to think your country was normal?
Kage says, I think you're strange personally, not because of where you're born.
Yes, but you guys have a bugbear noble. That's
He-
not something I'm like, oh yes, that's something that happened.
He earned his title fair and square.
Not saying he didn't, just finding it strange.
I find it strange that you discriminate against people, saying that a bugbear isn't capable of earning a title.
That's not what I said. I said
That's what you're
strange. There's a
implying.
difference.
It's
Okay,
what you're
how many
implying.
bugbear nobles do you know?
Just the
Okay.
one. He earned it.
Okay, so it's a 1 in a how many amount of chance?
There aren't that many bugbears in Imlarn. Not Imlarn, sorry, in Zaladin. There aren't that many bugbears in Zaladin.
Okay, 1 in a how many amount of chance of all the bugbears in all the countries that are noblemen? 1 against all?
I don't know how many countries there are.
I don't know either, but I'm pretty sure not many of them have bugbear nobles. Finding it strange is not an insult, it's just an observation. Kage.
Kage just kind
It's
of
not-
rolls his eyes.
It's not because something isn't the norm that it can't be possible. That's not what I'm saying, Kage. Look, I'm a tiefling and I make clothes. That's also not normal.
Why not? It's a good, respectable position as any.
Because most of my guidance don't do this. That's why it's not normal.
So what?
So that's my observation. That's everything I'm saying.
The veterans are just kind of staring at each other now.
You know what? I'm going back to looking at the cards. You decide what you do, Kage.
Kage lets out a long sigh and then looks at the three vets and says, "Yeah, but he's got a point, though. If you're heading in the same direction we are, it's safety in numbers." Clay, roll a persuasion check with advantage.
Oh yeah. Persuasion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good.
With advantage, you get to roll one more time.
I mean, 19 is already pretty good.
Same roll.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
What's that to disappear?
So yeah, they just kind of nod and pat their horses. All right. Hopefully you'll be ready to go soon. Best to wake up the rest of your party. So as the rest of you are apparently being woken up, you notice that there are three strangers, all in helmets.
Who are these guys?
Kill and well met, I suppose.
These are our new travel companions.
Oh,
Just in case. I mean, we're going the same direction, might as well. I mean, it would be awkward just riding it alongside each other for the next, I don't know, 2 days.
Fair point.
makes sense. They could be behind us, so that means we've got cover from the back, just in case. If they're okay with that.
We kind of look at each other and look at you and nod. It's like, yeah, we're fine with that. You guys are ready to proceed?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I think we are.
Should I do an animal handling check?
Yes, please.
Oh boy. Yeah. Hey. Oh, let's go, my lovely mains.
Should I as well for
Yes, please.
fuck?
Hey.
Wow.
He's jumping over fences.
You now have
He's
three.
going some tiny horse shit.
You now have three horses with riders coming along behind you. And Sir Lancelot out in front, I believe now.
Carriage is basically being protected.
I have my.
Except from the
My
sides,
legs
Grizz don't get any ideas.
Just keeping an eye out, don't worry.
To be fair, the horses on the back are climb up if things are coming from the side.
Don't worry, you'll have a long-range magical bombardment at a moment's notice.
Don't worry, there can be lightning at a moment's notice.
So, who's keeping an eye on things?
Char.
I will as well. Just
I'll attempt to.
There we go. A decent
7.
roll once. Finally, rolled an 8.
Wow. It seems like another calm day as you continue to head on north. It's still, yeah, the temperature's still pretty warm out there. 'Cause you're still you're still fairly close to the equator. You haven't gotten too far ahead in terms of too far north, too far south sort of thing. And as the day wears on, it's becoming easier and easier to see a range of mountains heading off in front of you. The road that you're on seems to lead into the middle of this stand of freeform mountains. They're kind of strange because a lot of the mountains around, like the Felderbout Mountains, which were to the west of on the western edge of Exeter, and the Odling Mountains, for example, that you saw to the north of Ithan, and that you actually came out of when you came up from the Underdark. Those places, are clear. You see a clear line heading off, and in fact, if you end up looking at your maps of the regions, you'd see that they're often aligned. This group of mountains seem to have just erupted in a just in an area right here in this spot. Like they're not a single mountain off on its own. They're a group of mountains just off by themselves instead of in a line somewhere. So it's rather a strange feature. But it's been there for as long as anybody can remember here on Meeg. As you guys spend the rest of your day heading forward towards it. And anybody have anything they wish to do before they continue on?
so Anton's he's always a fairly quiet individual. Right now he's just on alert, so.
I kind of want you, kind of don't, but maybe nah. I won't.
What?
I was thinking of maybe playing the flute while driving.
You can do that if you wish.
Yeah, he's gotta play with his flute.
Roll a performance check.
Oh, he's performing. Hey!
Oh, holy crap! So, as the rest of you are been on this journey for a couple of days now, and are just getting used to things. It's like all of a sudden this really good flute music is just issuing up from the front of the carriage, and from Sir Lancelot's point of view, it's coming from behind you. The rest of you had no idea that how good of a flute player Pink was, or is. You just hear like a haunting melody that seems to get you through the rest of your day into evening.
Such a quiet
Welcome, guys.
person, he can be quite nice to listen to.
All right. So far, so good as you head there. The veterans park their horses as you guys make it to what looks like the front of a cave system. There is a plaque out in front, and Holly hops down from the cart and heads over to it. Kage follows quickly after, and Grisdrop follows after that.
Dirk walks over to the plaque,
The plaque seems to say, "Welcome, pilgrims. If you've, if you please refrain from any attempts at violence in these here sacred mountains. The guardians and protectors and the servants of the mountains are not your enemy."
Reads it again, and then just looks around, like, okay, but what are they talking about?
Holly stands there for a moment and whistles loudly. And after a moment, a silver-scaled kobold in robes comes popping out from the entrance and just kind of looks around at all of you for a moment, blinking its big eyes. But the sun's going down, so it's not quite as bad. And then looks up at Holly and seems to break out into a grin. "Oh, it's the High Priestess. You honor us with a visit." And she smiles and bends down. My friends and I need to get up to the temple as soon as possible." "Oh, well, best to come in," and kind of like looks behind you at the rest of everybody. "What do you guys do?"
Can I
Pink waves.
fit on Rhinestone here?
No, the cave is a bit too small for Rhinestone or the horses.
I guess we're going on foot.
Essentially, he'll hitch Rhinestone with food and water, basically, like he would normally.
Right, that's what we're doing. We're on a walk now.
Oh, we gonna walk him out.
Alright. So, let's see. These guys are all over here. These guys. The veterans also hitch up their horses. There is, it is definitely a hitching post, and several more kobolds come out from the caves and start, tending to the animals. We'll keep an eye on them!
Oh, these veterans, were they heading to the monastery as well?
They said they needed to talk to the Silvers about aid against the Legion down in the south.
Oh, well,
Alright, time to move you guys to a different map. Give me a minute, because I just realized I forgot something on that map. I think. Oh, no, I didn't. That's right. I actually forgot there is a, yes, good. There is dynamic lighting on this map. Yay! Yeah. Let's see. Ignore some of the various markings on the map. I just decided to bring in the general map for things. Oh, this map is a little small, but you guys can fit through the tunnels. It's a little bit squeezed and cramped for Sir Lancelot, but he can still fit.
Am I supposed to be seeing something?
Do you guys see anything? Oh, that's right. They changed
I
it.
see horses and carriages.
They oh, sorry, I forgot to move you to a different. I forgot to move you to the map. Sorry, I moved your tokens there. Forgot to move you guys.
I see darkness.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Yes. It is a lot dark.
Oh, all the way at the bottom in the right corner.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
I see nothing.
I see darkness.
Bottom right corner. Bottom right corner.
Yeah, I'm here.
Bottom right corner.
Toilets.
I see nothing.
There is nothing here. There's toilets. Toilets and rooms.
That's because it's really Get your tokens in here. This map is smaller than I thought.
And that over there is 5 feet.
Also, they just barely updated the dynamic lighting the lighting on tokens situation, so that different people have different visions.
And which is very nice.
So that's weird because I just updated your. Oh, did I forget to save your changes? Hold on.
Man, it's cramped in here.
Yeah, it is. This is a kobold lair. So.
Very cramped.
Is it? I can't see.
Yeah, sorry. I have to fix I have to fix dynamic lighting on your. Lighting situation on your tokens.
I like the new fading, where my character can see great up to here, and then it's just dim light up to over
Yeah,
here.
because you're in the wrong spot.
Yeah, of course, but I like it.
Where is Kurt? Oh, there he
I'm
is.
down there. Hooray! Oh God.
I mean, can you see?
Oh no.
I'm trying to fix who has sight and who doesn't. Sorry, I didn't realize that some of your tokens do not have sight.
You might also want to set up restrict movement so we can't go through the wall.
Yeah. Oh, I keep setting you guys. Sorry. Let's see here. Oh, there we go. Coming months, advanced fog of war and dynamic lighting will be replaced with updated dynamic lighting. Okay. Yeah,
Hooray.
there we go. Can you see where you are yet, Aminet? For ease of use, I'm going to put my tokens down below. And let you guys go first. And get rid of the familiars and such on the map because it's just clutter. So,
Did I not take 83 with me or something?
no, I've got 83. He's down here.
Okay.
I guess 83
Sucks
doesn't have
that I can't really see.
Actually, I'm gonna delete 83 off the map again and count it as part of familiar. They're there, but I just don't want to have the tokens out because there's already a mess of tokens on this map, and there's a limited space to put them out in.
Okay.
But
So if I never...
but 83 is hunched
Let's
over
have something
to
going.
move, and Sir Lancelot, you're kind of cramped as well. The kobolds are all like looking up at you, and these kobolds, unlike the tokens, are all silver in color. They've got gleaming silver scales as they stare up at you.
The skin would make a good price. Oh wait, did I say that out loud? Whoops.
Oh, not.
The kobolds stare at you and looking horror struck if you actually said that out loud. But anyway, someone keeps typing in the background. Is anyone not able to see or not able to move?
I
Can
was
do
able to
everything.
move.
I'm good.
All right, cool. No, I'm just checking simply because, like, you know, the various things.
Let's clear this dungeon. Get the kobolds.
The kobolds. The plaque on the front basically specifically said not to hurt these people.
It didn't say it was the kobolds.
But
We're not gonna hurt them, we're just gonna make them the front line.
Ah!
anyway,
Did someone level up?
I'm joking, little ones.
they're like staring at you nervously, and Holly just kind of. Holly pulls out a big sigh and just, like, you know, looks at the rest of you and says, "Please don't, you know, do anything. These are the protectors of the. These are the servants of the shrine. They are not going to hurt you unless you attack them."
You said that we were attacking them. They're sane. Unless, you know, that undead horde or something. Or the black dragon.
Yes, and I need to warn them about that.
Oh, they don't know about it? Goody!
Some of the kobolds are staring nervously at you for another reason now.
Yes.
Everyone fucking
em-
panic.
I mean, Ed, is there something wrong with your microphone? I don't think I've heard you speak in an hour.
Hmm.
I just see you typing.
I'm here.
Okay, just making sure. You okay?
Oh, we can talk about it later.
Okay. All right. Alright, so moving on. You find yourselves inside of a more cobalt layer. Those of you from Zaladin are at least somewhat used to kobolds. Since there are some cobalt clans involved in Zaladin, that would be like Char and Sir Lancelot, and of course the NPCs and Pink. But not necessarily Caladril, Kurt, and Immunette. But,
I'm terribly sorry. Could you please repeat what you were saying 10 seconds ago? I just got a present from my mom through the mail, and Elf was coming in and telling me about it and distracting me.
okay. As I
So
said,
just the last 10 seconds.
yeah, I don't remember time like that. I'll just start over from the beginning part. So you guys are in a
Sorry.
kobold lair. Those of you from Zaladin are probably familiar, at least somewhat familiar with interacting with kobolds. That would be the most of the NPCs, Sir Lancelot, Char, and such, and Pink, and the three of you who might not have as much use with talking with not used as much dealing with kobolds would be Amunet, Caladril, and Kurt, who are not from that region. Oh, and
Well,
Clay.
I mean,
I may have.
I keep forgetting about
I
Clay.
may
Where
have
is
seen
Clay?
one once or twice, but I.
Clay,
I
where's your
doubt I've
token?
Been in a layer.
I'm in the middle layer somewhere. Oh, I was
there.
on Holly.
Okay.
I'm standing on Holly. That explains.
Sorry, I was trying to figure out where you were.
kobolds. I mean, Curtis just looking at him, going, "Oh, tiny dragonborn."
Kobolds are giving Kurt a weird look.
It's
We
What
are all
tiny
making
lizard
these
folk?
kobolds uncomfortable. Great.
He's not. It's not like he's gonna eat him or anything like that, right?
I know, I heard they kind of taste like chicken.
I hate that expression.
We don't joke about eating the guardians that are allowing us to seek shelter.
Well, I didn't say anything because.
Wait, we're seeking shelter?